Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We're going to do an unboxing today of the first Jihad, The Rise of Islam, 632 to 750 from White Dog Games. And I think this is a... Let's hold off on making that statement until we're good to go. This is from Wes Ernie and Ben Madison, actually. So, and it's heavy. It's noticeably heavier than a typical White Dog Games game would be. These are print-on-demand games, much like the games from Hollandspiel. And we're having problems with the shrink wrap. In a what looks like a 1-inch box. I'm going to say 1 inch. And these are big enough, thinking about it, to get... This is interesting. I've never seen this before. This actually comes in a Ziploc bag in a box. So that's super intriguing. And I don't know if that's typical or not. Okay, so let's see what we get in the Ziploc bag. There is absolutely no way I am going to extract the contents of this bag and not wreck anything. So you can see that there are cards which are loose. A counter sheet. This is, by the way, one of the more expensive games from White Dog. They're all in the $50 neighborhood. This one's about $55, as I recall. All right, so we have this folder thing, which we'll, I guess, put back in the box. We have a wrapper for the cards, which slid off somewhere in the process, clearly. We have a rule book, which is a 24-page rule book. Okay, so this is a beefy rule book for White Dog Games. This is the biggest one I've seen from them, which... that's not a complaint, by the way. That sounds great. Full color, typical White Dog Games quality, 24 pages. Okay, we have an event description card, which is probably a great thing in a game where much of the Western audience probably won't recognize a lot of the names and things that occur during this period. We have a rules index card, which sounds pretty handy. Here is a player aid card, game setup, and the hit list. And then we have Player's Guide to Late Antiquity. Okay. And then a map, which is an 11 by 17 map. Looks like all roads converge on Mecca. And this is probably... I'm curious to see this because it looks... I mean, based on the map structure, it looks like a States of Siege game, but it's kind of working in the opposite direction where you're expanding outward from a center point rather than being pressured inward from a center point. So this sounds very interesting. And there's a sort of unofficial, I guess, companion or thematically similar game called The Mission, which was released this year, which is about the rise of Christianity. And it appears to work in a rather broadly similar way. So the cards are game card type cards, as opposed to playing cards, which tend to be a little thinner. These are a little bit thicker, but they feel nice. They don't have that weird over thickness that some game cards do. They have flavor text on them. There's this hex grid on the card. I don't know what that means, so I am not going to even speculate at this time. Off the top, as far as all the various families that this game exists in, the White Dog Games family and the Ben Madison family and the Solitaire Games family, this is pretty sophisticated looking to me, which is one of the things that attracted me to it. It's also an interesting subject. Is there a turn track? Because a lot of times there's a turn track. I'd be curious to see that in this case. I will have to check out BGG for play aids and such for this. It looks like there's roughly 50 cards, plus or minus 5 probably, and I'll try to slide this thing back on. We're going to abandon the plastic bag. All right, and here we have counters. There's half a counter sheet here, as you can see, not quite full. On the typical White Dog Games / Blue Panther super heavy stuff. Byzantines, Purathara, I'm not sure who that is. Visigoths, Persians, Sogdians, and Turgesh. Armenians, Aksum, Nubians, Exarchates, Berbers and Franks, Khazars and Chinese. So presumably these are markers that exist on all those various tracks. That's fairly interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is something I want to dig into. This subject is also of interest to me. I've done gaming stuff, not wargaming. Well, that's not true, actually. If we were talking about the Crusades, but this is, this covers the whole period, 632 to 750, which is long before the Crusades. So this topic has not been touched by me in gaming, and it is of interest. So see if we can get this to the table in the not terribly distant future. I want to thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and all that. And there's a Patreon link in the video description if you want to support Ardwulf's Lair. That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy wargaming.